Hello and welcome back to the Lime Tree Sessions podcast.
It was like she was looking around going, why are you here?
And then I found out where she lived and I stalked her. And I'm not compensating for something.
Garlic paste.
My name is Jack Milcrease. We've also got
Scott here.
London.
And my beautiful and delightful girlfriend, Sophie Purvis, is with us today.
Woo!
You've sort of just said there that you're not really a guest per se, because we were meant to have a different musical artist on today, but unfortunately he was unavailable. So I said to Soph, do you fancy coming along to just have a chat and see what happens? So
Here we are.
Here we are, yes. We usually start off by talking about the gigs that we had at the weekend, but me and Soph were both away this week to Glasgow, seeing my favourite artist, Morgan Wade, and it was lovely. But fellas, you guys probably had an array of gigs. How were they?
We did. We had 3 gigs.
Oh, I did. I had to
And
think
I'm
there.
desperately scrambling my brain to work out where we were. We're all local.
Middlesbrough was Friday.
Yes, we were in Middlesbrough on Friday. Saturday we were...
Oh, God.
I think I know. It's quite
you know?
sad. I think you were in Hartlepool, weren't you? No, you were in Stockton on Sunday.
Yes, we were Stockton Sunday. Where were we Saturday?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough as well. 2 Middlesbrough ones.
Well, this is a great section for the podcast.
Isn't
like,
it?
you know, I said
This is just watching us go senile.
No, it was South Shields on Friday, wasn't it?
We were at South Shields.
Middlesbrough
yes, that's correct.
Saturday and then
Middlesbrough
Stockton on Sunday.
I said before we started, lads, have you done your homework for this podcast? And both of them went, nah, we've done nothing.
No.
So
No.
I once again, I've prepared a few questions that they don't know the answers to. So, yeah, me and Soph weren't gigging this weekend, which was nice, actually. It was nice to go watch music instead of playing music. It was lovely. We went to go see a girl called Morgan Wade, who is a country artist. I was speaking about her last time, and she was class. Really cool venue as well. It was like an old church, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you had Leah supporting as well. I
Leah,
really liked her.
Leah Blevins. She was awesome as well.
What venue was it?
Oh, crap. What was it called?
Oranmore.
And it was a
Sins.
church.
Like an old...
What was it? Oh,
like a
that sounds wicked,
converted
that.
church.
Well,
Sounds
like the
wicked,
church
that.
bit was like a bar, and then the actual gig bit was underground.
All right.
It
Yeah.
was very, very sweaty.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
it sounds, yeah,
the
it does
hottest
sound
gig
good.
I've been to for sure. But like...
For more than one reason.
Yeah, I was going to say it and I went, nah, better not. And then you said it. So anyway, but the thing that struck me was, I think I said this like 10 times on the night time and Sophie would be like, oh, you said it again. But I didn't realise how many people...
it was.
Yeah, I didn't realise how many people there'd be.
Yeah.
Like, we looked up, it was like a 400 person capacity.
Right.
And it was sold out. It was rammed. It was
I
just
think
absolutely
we were the
ridiculous.
youngest ones there.
Yeah, everyone
was
was
quite-
middle aged. It was
All
quite
right,
funny.
Quite
Interesting.
middle-aged.
So she
Yeah.
must have quite a big following in the UK then, does she?
I think because she played the Country to Country festival,
Ah, right.
and they do it like in 3 venues across the UK. So they do London, Glasgow, and Ireland. And obviously,
Ah, got you.
I think all the Glasgow crowd. My God, I'm fucking up already. Sorry, Lyndon. All the Glasgow crowd from Country to Country were there.
Oh,
That's what I was
right.
trying to say.
Got you.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, and it was mint. And the crowd were really good as well. There was no idiots. There was no like shoving or
No one telling you your life story.
no one
But
telling
no talking in between songs or well, during the songs as well.
Nah, do you know
None of
what?
that?
Because the support act Leah, she was brilliant, and bless her, there was a lots of technical difficulties, like a guitar. I think it was the whatever. The iBox was on the floor was actually the problem because she tried like 3 different guitars and it kept happening. It just kept crackling and what have you. And like the crowd like really spurred her on, and that was nice to see. And she was just on her own acoustic, and it was silent. It was just ridiculous. Like, and she was the support act. It was like
It's a Scottish crowd for you, innit?
yeah,
Yeah, that
maybe.
class.
I think country music possibly has a more respectable audience, perhaps,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
everyone was
Even
just
age.
maybe the
It's
age
age
as
as
well.
well.
People
aye.
in it.
And then Morgan was class. Our band were like on fire. They were actually mint. Like they were so good.
To be honest with you, when she first came on, I didn't think she wanted to be there.
Really?
She's very
Intense.
She's got an intense
Oh,
look
you were
about
saying,
her.
Jack, weren't you? Aye.
And I was like, she all right? And then she started to talk, and then I was like, oh no, she's cool. That's just how she sings.
Like the band came out first, and kind of like were kind of like building the song up and what have you. And then she walked out, and she just looked like mean, didn't she? She just looked like, looking around and stuff.
She meant business.
And then I think
it was like she was looking around going, why are you here?
yeah, it was like,
There's more people than I expected, maybe. Do you reckon that might have been it?
I think, I can't prove it, but I think when we bought the tickets months ago before the Country to Country Festival, I think there was not as many people because they have like 3 different sized venues in that venue because they use it for weddings.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
as well
yeah.
as a bar and a wedding venue and a normal venue, I think perhaps it was going to be upstairs or something, which is like 100 cap venue. And I think after Country to Country, she suddenly got a bit bigger, and then there was all these people, and and yeah, like Soph says, it was funny because like she was singing, like they did a couple songs back to back, and it was like all intense. And then she was like, "Well, howdy y'all, how y'all doing?" And all this, and it was like, "Whoa, okay, she's all right, she's all right." So, but her voice was like unbelievable. She did this amazing cover of Jessie's Girl by Rick Springfield.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
And like singing it in copy key, but obviously an octave higher because she's a girl, and it was just
It's a
unbelievable.
high song anyway, that one.
It does sound like it would be mint, like.
But she was singing it like right up there, like Jessie's Girl, like all that. It was actually class, like it was so good. Not like how I've just represented it there, but it was really good. And then followed the support act, and she followed us back. Hi, Leah.
Lovely.
And she's mint as well. She was really good. So I had a really good time. It was a really good gig. And then we stayed in Airbnb and went to Edinburgh Zoo, and that was lovely as well. Saw the penguins and all that. So that was our weekend. We weren't gigging at all, and we were just having a grand old time.
Sounds very nice.
It was
sounds
lovely.
very nice.
A rare weekend off. Okay, now it's time for What Are You Listening To? This section is all about what album we've been listening to this week. And when I said that has Lyndon done his homework, he hasn't listened to an album, so he's just going to pick something.
I have been listening to albums.
Yeah. So I have listened to an album this week, but would anybody like to go first? Or
Well, go on.
You
go
kick it off.
first. You
Alright.
kick it off.
So I've been listening to Luke Combs' new album. It came out on Friday. It's called Growing Up. And he's an awesome country artist. He's probably the biggest guy in country right now. He's huge. And it's just like everything you want a country album to be. It is like riff central, proper southern accent, twang, all that
Nice.
kind of stuff. Massive voice. And he's an awesome musician. Whoever plays guitar on that album, man, like, is like shit hot. He's like really good. So I've been listening to that. What about you, Scott?
I've been listening to a band called Spacey Jane, Australian
Okay.
band.
I like them.
They've got an album that's just come out called Here Comes Everybody. It's very good. There was quite a few singles before it came out. I think there was a song called Hard Light and stuff like that. But there's one song in particular which I've been really been liking. It's called Clean My Car. There are some cool titles on the album, like.
I need to clean
but
my
they're
car.
just a really cool Australian band. There's loads of good music about Australia at the moment, like.
Yeah,
There is.
What kind of stuff is it though?
It's like guitar based indie. It's like
Yeah.
like have you heard Sticky Fingers?
Yeah, alright.
Parcels. There's
Parcels
other
are
bands as
cool.
well. It's a bit like that, but it's just good music from Australia. Mid
enough.
stuff there is.
I used to
So
be
I-
into a band from Australia. This is showing me like roots here, like from when I was a teenager with a massive fringe. I used to be into a band called Tonight Alive, and they were like Australia's answer to Paramore. And like
Nice.
at the time, like Jack was all about that. Like
Yes. Longhead Jack was into that.
aye. Singer was called Jenna McDougall, and she was
Your type.
my type. Yeah,
But there's some mint Australian bands like.
yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
one. Have you heard of Triple J, the radio station? Like,
No.
They do the sessions and stuff, and they have Australian artists on. Actually, they get UK artists as well sometimes.
Right.
But they do like an original and a cover sort of thing. And that's where I discovered them quite a while back. There's another band called Ocean Alley. And they're good as well.
Yes.
I think I showed you the Pink Floyd cover, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
was really good.
Ocean Alley, they're the ones, they have an album where it looks like a sun. Like a
Yes,
yellow
it is,
sun.
aye.
Yeah, I like
We
that.
saw them at Riverside.
Yeah,
didn't
we went to see
London?
them at the Riverside. It was great.
Yeah.
He's one of the coolest dudes alive.
Oh, he's mint, isn't he? Oh, he's mint. He is. But
His presence oozes cool.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
He is.
There's the
mint.
title of this podcast.
His presence oozes cool.
if you didn't realise now, I love Australian bands. There you go.
Which is funny because
He's never been.
I would love to go.
Well,
I'd love to go.
I went to Australia about 6 years ago now, and I took a guitar over. I've got one of those baby Taylors,
Oh,
like
aye.
the really small travel size guitars. Took it over, hoping that there would be like an open mic night or a buskers night or whatever. And the music scene in Australia, for like at least locally, forgive me if it's changed, but when I went, there was like nothing. Like we went to this amazing music shop, and like it was, it had everything. It was like, how like PMT in Newcastle has like drums and and keyboards and guitars. It had like everything, right? It was
Really?
great, yeah. And we asked the guy, and there was like, "Oh, is there any kind of open mic nights or anything like that?" And he was like, "Open what?" Like he was like, he didn't understand. He didn't understand the concept for one, but he went, "No, there's nothing like that."
Really?
No, I don't know if it was just that area of Brisbane. I'm not sure, but which was gutting because I'd brought my guitar halfway around the world.
How did you get that? Was it? Do you just have to check it in with your luggage and stuff, or was it?
Yeah, just check it in. It's like an extra.
I was gonna say, do you have to pay a bit extra just to bring it?
And because it's fragile as well, it's obviously the cost of that adds up and what have you. And it was because it was. We were obviously very nervous as well because for whatever reason it got broken. Have you seen those videos where the guy who loads the airplane just hoists everything on? Do you know what I mean? We were like, oh my god,
that'll do.
Yeah. It survived. I've still got it, and it was fine. But there was that part of us that was like, oh my god, this is gonna, we wrapped it up in bubble wrap and everything, and put it. I think we put it in one of those is it like a polymer bag that you would when you buy a guitar?
Yes.
So it was
in a bag, in another bag.
Pretty much.
It's the way to do it, isn't it?
Well protected.
Definitely.
Well, it was kind of cool. I've played in my auntie's garden in Australia. So fair enough.
You've played in Australia, it still counts.
Technically, yeah. We were joking on, being like, "Oh, we should get some tour T-shirts and stuff." We got Auntie Grace's house, Auntie Karen's house. Big up my Australian family if you're listening. Lyndon, what about yourself? Even though you said you didn't do your homework, but
well, keeping up with the trend of not listening to new music, I've been listening to "All Things Must Pass" by George Harrison.
Oh yeah,
which is one of my favourite albums ever. It's great. I was listening to the remastered version.
Uh-huh.
So the mix is tremendous.
It sounds mint, doesn't it?
It's wicked.
With you being more into the sound tech side of stuff when you're doing your mixing and what have you, do you often find you enjoy a remaster more than the original?
Not necessarily. Some stuff works really well remastered. Like when they did Pet Sounds.
Right.
Now it's in stereo. It sounds great. And the mono version, I'm not a fan. I mean, some people are the complete opposite. It must be the original. It must be the mono version. But I love the stereo version of that. It's fantastic. But no, not all the time. Sometimes a remaster can ruin a mix.
Yeah.
If it's a really good album. Anytime they bring out Beatles remasters, it's always a worry. It's are they gonna sort of change what it was? But most of the time, I like a remaster.
With George Martin's son, though, he's pretty on
Giles.
it. He's pretty on it.
Oh yeah, the Beatles stuff is really good, but
there's still just a little bit of you that just thinks,
they're
going to ruin it, or going to tarnish it.
Hear it, and it's louder, and it's I don't know, something about it. But no, I do like a remaster.
Yeah, is that what you kind of are drawn to in the sound side more than the music side, though? Because you're obviously a performer, but you do a lot of recording and stuff. So when you listen to a remastered, you go, "Oh, I like what they did there." That subs up or whatever.
Yes.
So you can tell
all the technical stuff that no one else is going to notice.
Yeah. Do you notice that a lot?
Not a lot, but it's most of the time you can just tell. It's
sure.
Oh, the low end's all tight now. Compared old recordings where there's no low end in it, or it's got no fidelity at all, anything past 10K or anything like that. It's got no top end, and then suddenly, when we do gigs, we have music through the desk.
Yeah.
And if it's an old song, I have to boost the EQ on the desk for the 10K, just because it doesn't sound. It just sounds all muffled, and so I just boost the 10K up to make it sound like music. Because all the old mixes are just a bit sort of, dull's the wrong word, but I think they've got nothing to them. But no, I do listen to that in albums, definitely.
Yeah. And Soph, what about yourself? What album have you been listening to recently?
I feel Jack would be able to get this, but on repeat for about nearly 2 weeks now. It's been Harry's House.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Harry Styles' new album.
Yes.
Ever since I went to go see him, I've been thinking about it.
And you mentioned as well, that until you saw it live, you perhaps didn't enjoy or didn't get it as much.
No, I wasn't bothered.
Oh, really?
Just because it was the whole synthy pop stuff. It's not really my thing normally. And I still stand by his first album being his best.
Yes,
it's a good album.
Yeah, it is.
But I was watching it live, and I guess when you watch it and you can see the band playing the instruments and stuff, you hear more of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, it's cool.
He has a really big band now, doesn't he? There's
yeah.
loads of different musicians and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, it's awesome band. I was just watching the band, like the drummer.
She's
you
mid.
can't go see Harry Styles without mentioning the drummer. She's just class.
Yeah.
And like her drum kit's just exactly like how I'd want mine. It's like tiny setup, but she's playing stadiums.
Yeah.
And it's just mental.
Aye. It's awesome when like a solo artist like Harry, even though, let's be honest, he could go out with just track. It wouldn't be as good, but he could because he's like of that level.
Yeah,
And,
right,
I suppose the style of music and stuff like that. But the fact he has like a band, I think it says a lot about.
But even One Direction always had a band.
That is true. They did, to be fair.
Even like when they like just came out of X Factor.
I swear they've always had a band.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because they tried to be like rock influenced.
Well.
So that's why they had the live band behind them.
And then Niall started playing guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then Harry started playing guitar.
Yeah.
And then they broke up.
That brings us on quite nicely to the next topic, because I was going to say that a lot of people have been talking about Glastonbury, and somebody who, I mean, I actually don't know who this is, I'll be honest, like, because I don't really keep up to date with modern music, but that Kendrick Lamar, there's been a lot of animosity about the fact that he headlined this huge festival using just track. There's no band or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Which I agree, because I suppose, like, you know, even if you do use track, it would be kind of cool if, well, most bands nowadays who use track have a band anyway, and everyone's playing the track to track in the band.
Did they have the same problem with Billie?
I was going to say, does she have a musician? She does, doesn't she?
She had two people. She had a drummer and then like a brother that does like some bass stuff.
Yeah.
But all of her stuff will be on track as well.
Yeah. I suppose it's a common complaint, especially with the older generation on Facebook, because the amount of people I was scrolling past.
They probably don't even know that most musicians are using track anyway. If they say musicians, they're probably like, "Yeah, that's how they do it." Yeah, I mean, the reason I bring it up is because, and I could be wrong, but I think Paul McCartney was using track. I don't think he was. I think he was. I actually think he was too.
Yeah,
because I swear I saw the drummer.
Because the drummer's the MD. And every time he was kind of like, he was counting in, obviously I know he's the drummer, he was counting everybody in, but he was also like looking to make sure Paul was ready, if that makes sense. Like, because there was a few times.
After the first song, he finished the film and he's drum tom, and I saw him like press a button.
Do you know what I think it was? It was just a metronome, just so you get the tempo, because he was doing higher clicks before Paul was starting. So you get Paul in time.
It was all live, because there's so many lights and pyrotechnics going on. They're all synced to something. So the band, like when Live and Let Die, and they've got Live and Let Die, bam, it'll be to a click.
Yes.
All the light shows will be in sync with something.
Well, that's what I mean by track, sorry. I mean that there was
you'd be playing to a clip, but I think most bands do that nowadays. If you do big light shows, you've got to.
It's like,
otherwise, you're lighting engineers all over the place.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
I don't think
there's any instruments. No. I think
you could see, because when the keyboard player was doing like horns and stuff, it sounded artificial. It sounded like keyboard playing it rather than a real instrument on a track doing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but he was definitely playing to click. But I think he's always done that.
It's weird watching somebody who never used a click in their prime.
Well, exactly. It's
do you know what I mean? Like
during the 60s and 70s, click wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
No. So.
Like, I was listening to, well, I watched it all, actually, and I have to admit, I don't really watch Glastonbury every year. Like, I might just dip in and out, but I watched the full thing, and for me, it was like one of the best overall performances by the band and the show, and flipping Dave Grohl going on stage.
It was
like,
incredible.
What the hell?
And then
Springsteen. Like, I thought, like,
I fucking love that.
That would have been really, really good to be at.
I know.
I have to admit.
If it's the surprise of them, that's the thing. Imagine just when you're watching Paul, which is a surprise anyway, because you're watching Paul McCartney.
That's like good enough.
And then Dave Grohl comes out.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Springsteen comes out.
But
wow.
I was watching it, and then I was like, sort of like on my phone as well, and I saw someone, like, because Glastonbury, when they show it on the telly, it's an hour behind, it's not live.
It is.
I saw somebody like tweet, "This has happened" or whatever, and I was like, And I
it
remember,
ruined for me as well.
I remember like, because I was getting really tired because it was on really late. And I was like, I said to my dad, I was like, I might go to bed soon and just record the rest of this and watch it later. And then I saw this tweet and I went, nah, I'll stay up, I think. And then I'll watch this, So it was very good. Very, very good.
So can I be controversial?
Yeah.
Oh, go on then.
I think you should have scrapped the first half. I thought this whole set was too long.
It was quite long.
It was so long. And like, all like the deep cut Paul McCartney stuff, good. But like...
He even said it though, didn't he? He's partway through the set. He said, "We can tell when you like a song because all your phones go up."
Yeah, he always says that.
But I think that he could have. I think he could have got the same reaction.
Yeah,
if he cut that in half.
Not cut in half. Just I think he should have played.
Taken some songs out.
I think he should have played more Beatles stuff, but that's just because that's my favourite era of Paul McCartney. I suppose it's probably most favourite.
I think that's what people were expecting with it, but all he's done is literally just copy what his arena shows are.
Yeah,
and because people are going to see Paul rather than
his arena shows
Beatles
over 2 hours.
They are mental how long they are.
How
long we saw them in Liverpool, didn't we?
Yeah,
was it 2019?
Something like that.
So it was around that time, and it was called the Echo Arena then, but it's just non-stop for 3 hours. It's mental, but you go as a Paul McCartney fan rather than it's wanting to be a Beatles tribute.
If you go as a Beatles fan, you will get some Beatles stuff, but you need to go as a Paul. You're going to get the Beatles, Wings, and solo stuff.
Exactly.
You're going to get all of it, which as a Paul fan is fantastic.
Yes,
but if you're not into that stuff, then I get it. It can be long.
He played quite a few deep cuts though. I thought he didn't play as many Paul solo hits. As
he played some stuff like you did. Being for the benefit of Mr. Kite,
yeah,
I was not expecting that at all.
Wicked, like
it
was really good though.
But like even for his solo career, he didn't play.
Do you know what I was hoping to hear? Jet. He didn't.
Yeah,
do Jet.
He didn't play Jet.
Although that is very fucking hard.
He didn't play Ram.
No.
Either, which I thought he might play. So I don't know. I thought that there would be slightly more of those hits, but I'm glad he played Band on the Run. That was good.
Yeah.
With Dave
Grohl.
That was good. Yeah,
that was cool.
I thought Springsteen was dead random though.
Do you know what I was surprised? I was surprised for him to do Glory Days.
Yeah,
that's
what
they
I mean.
did a Bruce song rather than.
Do you know the funny thing was about that? Did you see the Glastonbury thing? It
it
puts
said
the
Paul
song
McCartney.
up at the bottom. It says Glory Days, Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
It's like, well, not quite.
I was so happy with that because I fucking love
It's
that
a great
song so much. But I was just surprised because when Dave got up, they did obviously Beatles and Paul
Wings,
songs.
Yeah.
But it was just mint. Did Bruce did I Saw Standing There as well, didn't he?
Yes.
It was Dave that did. So I was standing there.
That
Bruce.
was the first one he did, I think.
Yeah.
I saw Stand There, then Band the Run. You did Glory Days and
I Want to Be Your
Man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye, it was. But mint.
Aye. I kind of wish that. Well, sorry, wish is the wrong word. I assumed that either Dave would do one of his or Bruce would do just Beatles. I found it slightly jarring that they did a Bruce song. Maybe I don't know. I mean, that's just me because I don't know. I mean, I would.
Well, maybe it was offered, but Dave didn't want to do. A song.
Actually, in hindsight,
it might have been a bit difficult for him.
I take that statement back. Actually, I didn't think about the obvious. And
did you see what he had on his hand when he came out for the end of the end when they all did the guitar solos? He had his ABBA t-shirt on.
Yeah.
And he had tea on his hand.
Oh, did
you not notice that?
No.
He had tea
I saw
on
the
his
ABBA
hand.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
Aye.
But I imagine it was quite difficult for him.
I actually have that same ABBA t-shirt.
Do you?
Do you? Nice.
You and Dave, you like that?
I know. But I actually had it, and I saw Dave was wearing it. I was like, oh, that's me.
Okay, so now it's time to talk to our guest, my lovely girlfriend Sophie Purvis, who is an extremely talented session drummer and also plays an array of other instruments, as you'll see on our YouTube channel. I'll be linked down below. Sometimes I'm really good, and sometimes I'm like shite at this podcast.
Yeah, mint.
That was really good, and then I'll go. You can kick that bit out though.
Wait, no, keep it in.
So yes, Soph, what was your? I mean, I know the answer to this question, but what was your first musical influence? Now, that could be a person, a band, a musician, your mum, your dad, whoever.
First musical influence.
Yeah,
you know this.
We don't.
I think so.
Sophie doesn't.
Can
think
you
Jack
tell
knows
me?
it.
No, because I don't actually know
who
it.
do you think it is?
Oh, I was gonna say Ollie Murs.
Nearly there.
Nearly
there. So I was, when I was 12, 11, I was like the biggest Ollie Murs fan in the world. Like I had a whole wall of his his face in my room. It was mental. But I went to like every single tour. and Donovan Hepburn is the drummer.
Yes.
Oh,
And that was the first time I mean, that's when I started playing drums anyway. I was watching them and I was like, I didn't realise that was a thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was either you were in a band or like you did theatre stuff. And I didn't know there was like where you could play for other people. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So Donovan Hepburn. But then since then, he has been like my favourite drummer of all time. I say like, because he was playing with James Bay last week, well, the other week when we went to go see him. But he does take that. He did all the Gary Barlow stuff.
He does.
And then he literally does everything. That big, not the Jubilee, what was the one before that? The Platinum Jubilee. Diamond?
Yeah.
The last one. Yeah, but he was like the in-house drummer for that and everything. So he did. So, yeah.
That's because
We'll give it to him.
Gary organised it, and I imagine that's how he
There
got the
you
job.
Probably.
Definitely.
But I just think he's the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah. Do you remember when
But he still won't let me follow him on Instagram.
Oh,
so.
yeah, because he's got like a private account.
Oh,
hasn't
so
he?
you got a request.
Yeah. He's only followed
Okay.
by like 500 people or something. He's
It's only if you've worked with him.
Yeah.
I'll get in there one day.
Well, maybe you'll hear this podcast and you'll accept your request.
No, please,
If
Donovan.
we tag him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tag him if he's private? I think you can, but you might not.
You might not get it. The
That's
notification.
nicely enough. Please
Alright.
let me follow you.
Please. We'll get you on. That'd be lovely. Get your massive drum kit in this tiny room. Just.
Yeah.
We'll stand outside.
I think he'll have to stand outside as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So we asked this question on the first podcast that we did with Jack Harvey from the Houndcats. Best and worst gigging experience.
Oh, see, because I was listening to your podcast and I was thinking, I wonder what mine would be. So I've come a bit prepared.
Oh, yeah.
More prepared than us.
Yeah.
Shh.
No, I think I'll start with the worst
Okay.
and then end on a high. But my worst was actually only a couple months ago, and we'll play these farmers' balls, and it was in a big, I can't remember where it was. It was somewhere in Yorkshire, and it was and they were all dressed up, and it's like 16, 17, 18-year-olds, but they managed to get a drink. So but they're all in their fancy frocks, like they're all in their dresses and their suits and everything, but. There was no stage. We were on the floor.
Oh, no.
And they were all like mortal drunk.
Oh, God.
Oh, so you see on the floor, was it like on grass or was it on pavement? Or?
No, we were like on wooden floor, and it was in like a fancy place.
Right.
But it was just on the floor. And then they were all just like getting on each other's shoulders. And then I saw this happen in slow motion, but one of them was holding like a bottle of wine, and it just went right on my drum kit.
Oh,
which is
no.
white, by the way. And I was fuming, to be honest. I was really
imagine,
gutted. But the rest of the band had the classic, like, Mike hitting the tooth kind of thing. And
But they were like laughing it off, you said, weren't they?
yeah, they can put up with a lot
Do
more
they
than
love
me.
all that?
Yeah, they can put up with a lot more than I can. But I instantly get annoyed. I'm like Jack in that way. But,
It's a very fair statement, actually, yeah.
but I said I always felt like, because it was just like watching like a Saturday night out in town, like there was groups of lads and then groups of girls, like they were trying to get off with each other and like walking across the room, and then they'd start making out, and I was like, where am I?
What
like,
time of day was this?
This was like nighttime.
Oh, it was nighttime.
Yeah,
For some reason,
it
I
was
was picturing you
nighttime.
had afternoon for some reason. It was like a farmer's.
That's how they roll in Yorkshire.
No, but they were just young, and it just wasn't right.
Yeah.
But I'd say that holds my top spot.
That's pretty.
It sounds
up
bad.
there.
Like, yeah, it does.
Yeah. And your best?
Best, I don't even know. Like I said that I used to have the best gigging times when I was in like my original band, like years ago, like doing all the upstairs in the O2 and Riverside and all that,
Yeah.
like, and Clooney and everything. Like they were genuinely my favorite gigs to play, just because I just went for it, and like the people were kind of up for it. I don't know, but
It's like that whole youthful.
it might not be it might just be the thing of like you're not there to work, you're actually just there to play the drums kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I never got paid for all that kind of stuff, so I did just like go, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it here then.
Yeah.
But all the best ones to happen yet.
Maybe.
29th of September, maybe.
Oh, aye.
Oh, right. I just got what you meant. They're just plugging my gig. If you fancy coming along, that would be lovely. We're doing an EP launch for my EP at the Prohibition Bar in Newcastle in Pink Lane on the 29th of September.
It's going to be the best gig.
The best gig of your life.
Yeah,
best day of your life.
it'd be lovely. I think it'd be good. We were just talking about it before. It's like over half sold out already. It's going pretty ridiculous, to be honest. But we're not here to talk about. We're here to talk about also. But thank you for bringing that up and letting us give that a cheeky little plug.
There you go.
So Desert Island Discs. This section is about what album you would take on a desert island with you. You got your record player and one album. What's the album?
So you guys have already done this, haven't you?
We have.
To recap, mine was Reckless by Bryan Adams.
Mine was Out the Blue by ELO.
Mine was Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen.
All right. See, mine's a good classic one as well.
Yeah.
Carole King, Tapestry.
Yeah.
Get
Nice.
in.
That is a...
Is there a better album out there?
Yes.
Out the Blue by ELO.
I'm Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen.
Tapestry's up there, like, it's
no,
just...
Carole King's like my major girl crush. Like, I would do anything for Carole King, to be honest.
She's pretty good. I just like her as a person as well, though. Like, she's just like... She seems like such a lovely...
She's amazing.
Lovely person.
No.
And when did you first discover that was like, you know, when you listen to that album, when were you like... Because I imagine you...
Well, my first one was when I watched the Gilmore Girls, and it was the intro. That was when I was like, and then and then I found our album, and I was like, I actually know like all these songs because I never realized how many songs she actually wrote that everyone knows until you look at all her songs.
Because a lot of them were covered by other people like James Taylor and Aretha Franklin and what's
Marvelettes or the Shirelles or something. Can't remember which one.
She wrote "Take Good Care of My Baby," which was done by
Bobby V.
Bobby V, yeah.
Oh, right.
So you know, all these amazing songs, and you know.
No, I just delved deeper into it. I listened to the album, and then I read the book, all about her life, and then I watched the musical, and
that's it. Yes.
And then it goes on and on.
That was it.
And then I found out where she lived, and I stalked her, and I saw what she had in her bins, and then
I found out her blood group.
Aye, big fan.
No, I just think that for her, as in the time as well, that the people that she was writing for, being a woman and being that, she's
definitely
just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very talented lady.
Absolutely.
Love
and
her.
she's still alive?
She is. I think she's just like 78 or 79 now.
Yeah.
I still holding on to hope I'm going to see her live. I think
Does she still tour?
she's never said that she's stopping.
Okay, fair enough.
She did Hyde Park just before, or a couple of years before COVID, I think.
I feel like it was 2012.
Oh, was it?
I feel like it was quite a long time ago.
Okay, ignore
or like
that.
2014 or something.
She's based in America, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. She lives like in the depths of the mountains now.
Does she?
Like, yeah.
That sounds cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound cool.
She's a lot like me and Soph by the sounds of it, where she just likes her own company.
Be away from
Peace and
everyone.
quiet.
Yeah, peace and quiet.
She's had like quite a life though when it comes to like partners and everything. If you read a book, you'll know all this. But like she's struggled a lot. So now I think she's just like really content with what she does. Like she lives quite like minimalist and just there for the music.
With all that money, just
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't even think she'll spend much of that.
No. Her life was never really about excess because everybody around her, their life was about excess, and it was kind of like,
that's it, yeah.
It's kind of like she saw that and was like, right, I don't want to do that, you know.
No, so. Well, that's the thing. Even before she released Tapestry, she was like, "Who's gonna want to just listen to me and not, you know, Jerry and me?"
Yeah.
And then she released it, and then it was like one of the biggest albums of all time.
Yeah.
But she deserved it.
We're hoping to do a Carole King song when we have an artist called Elizabeth Little, who is gonna come here, which might be cool if we can get 5 of her in. It might be cool if you were here as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It depends how we do the setup, I suppose, but
we'll make it work.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way. So you've just won the Hit Like a Girl Over 18s UK contest. You came first, which is just absolutely incredible.
It's quite a long title.
Excellent.
It was absolutely incredible. We had the amazing help of Alex Williams, who produces my music and does a lot of videography stuff for my music and stuff. And we enlisted his help to video your drum entry. And it looks amazing. We'll put a link to that in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. And it went amazing. We went to go see Bryan Adams, and in the car on the way home, because they announced the winners during the gig and we couldn't look at our phones because there's no signal in the arena. As soon as we got in the car,
actually, because I entered a few years ago and I didn't get anywhere, and then this time round, they do like a thing where every week they announce like a winner that gets put through to the final, and I got that this year. And I was like buzzing. I was like, "That's me done."
It's a little bit closer.
I was like, "I got into the final. I'll be happy with that." And then like the results came out when we were Brian.
Yeah, and then so we got on more phones when we got in the car, and then we were like Sophie was driving, and I went, "Shit, you've won!" Like, what the hell? Like, it was class, just absolutely crazy. I'm incredibly proud of you. You've done so. I mean, you put in all the graphs and stuff as well. Like, it's just, it's absolutely amazing. So because of that, you won some absolutely phenomenal prizes.
I did.
Which are.
I think, well, the one that I got last week, which the one I was most excited about and most happy with, was my Natal snare. And even online, it says it goes perfect with the Natal Cafe Racer kit. And that's the exact drum kit I have. And I was like, it's meant to be, really, isn't it?
It's awesome, like.
No, it's lush. And then, I tuned that up this weekend and I haven't stopped playing it.
Have you gigged it yet?
No.
Oh, you're not gigged it yet? Are you going to gig it?
No farmer's balls.
No farmer's balls.
Special gigs.
Actually, speaking of snares, my snare wire snapped this weekend. I know. It's a great
segue.
Segue that, but my snare wires fucking snapped on the end of a song.
His snare drum became another tom.
Oh dear. So do you have a spare?
I do, yes.
A spare snare?
I only started doing it like when we came back from like COVID and stuff like that. I only started bringing it back upstairs just in case. I mean, it sounds nowhere near as good as my Ludwig snare, but it does the job. But sorry, Sophie, for bringing that up. Right.
But you also got some lovely drum heads and apparel from what were they called?
The apparel was Drumhead Company. Yeah. And then we got drum heads from Code. Have you heard of them ones?
No, I've not actually. Code.
No, they're cool. I haven't got them yet, but I'm looking forward to them. And then I get some drumsticks as well, which that's the one I'm looking forward to.
What drumsticks are they?
It's the London Drumstick Company. And
I've not heard of them either.
It's fair, but I get to like customize it completely.
Oh, so get in. So you'll have your name on and everything.
Everything. Yeah. And that's like
weight, colour, everything.
Everything. I'm so excited about that.
That's cool.
Like a custom Sophie P drumstick.
Be pretty sick.
No, I can't wait. But I think I get like 12 pairs or something. But I don't know how many of them I'm actually going to use.
Get some framed out with like that, like crossed.
Yeah, that would be
quite cool. That would look cool.
You would like them because obviously you should be getting 7
Actually, they'll be perfect for you as well. To be available on the website.
Well, a 7A gang.
Stuff gets a commish, and like if you so if you ever want some sticks,
I use Pro Marks, me.
See, I mean, I'm not a drummer, but I was always a Vic Firth guy.
Yeah. Everyone's a Vic Firth guy until you try Pro Marks.
I liked Pro Marks. It was more because obviously I'm not really a drummer, and I'm like Dave Grohl. I just hit it. I don't really like have any timbre or feel. I just kind of like to hit the drums. So I used to get like 5B Extreme. So they were a bit.
I can feel that in my hands as you say it. How heavy they are.
So like, yeah, but
you just end up with like blisters everywhere.
Well, I was anyway because like I'm not a drummer, so that wouldn't have made a difference. It was the fact that it was longer. So, and I'm not compensating for something. It just happened to be that I liked the length of it. Because I used to, when I was in college, I got a lot of the drumming gigs in college because there was only like 4 drummers in my year. Mm-hmm. One of them didn't show up, and the other one was a model who actually still is a model, and he jets off around the world. He's like Harry, if you're listening, hi mate. He's actually the face of Coca-Cola in Japan.
Oh yes, I remember you saying that. Is cool.
He's a top lad.
An interesting gig to get.
Yeah. Well, he was, funnily enough, great segue. He was spotted at Glastonbury. He went to Glastonbury one year, and it was like the second day or whatever, and there was this modelling agency there, and saw him across the field, and was like, "Oh, mate, we're a modelling agency, etc., etc." Long story short, they basically said, if you can look good at Glastonbury after all the mud and the rain, you'll probably look all right on the catwalk, sort of thing.
Yes.
So, they got him there on the spot, and that was like the summer before he joined college. So when he was in college, he was doing all this modelling, and I think he's in Japan now. Actually, I think he's also actually in the Safe With You music video, which is quite funny. He's the lad in the orange top. What was that? That was a segue and a half. I do apologise. Where
you
were
we going about your massive drumsticks.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
How the hell did we get on the the model? There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was it. I got most of the drumming gigs in college.
There you go.
Until that came along.
And because I liked big fuck off drums and kind of like hitting it and what have you, I liked the extreme sticks because they were longer. So it kind of meant that like I could play lazier, I guess, because I could be further away and I could just be kind of
typical guitarist.
Yeah, but again, I'm not a drummer, so if you saw me drum, you'd be like, "Fuck me, that technique is a load of toss." So, but I'm glad I have an exceptional drummer in my band.
You had two exceptional drummers.
Well, that's
the
second exceptional drummer.
I would say I'm exceptional.
I think you are. I think you're fantastic. If Sophie ever decides to leave, you've got the job. So, do you know any bass players? All right, I've found online some quickfire questions. We've just thought of this idea for the podcast, and it's the first one I've found on a website called Pop Buzz. Some of them might be terrible, some of them might
This is going to be good.
Is everyone going to do this? If you do it, and then we'll do like one word like that.
Okay.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
Sweet potato fries or regular potato?
Sweet potato.
Regular potato.
Regular.
Sweet potato fries are awful.
Wrong.
I wouldn't say they're awful, but yeah.
I'm going sweet potatoes this year.
Oh yeah, you got an allotment, have you? So
That's something to talk about.
So rock and roll.
What a segment! From quick fight to a lot.
That's my kind of podcast.
Aye.
I've got lots more to talk about.
Books and gardening, that's what Soph likes. What's the song you can't stop listening to over and over?
Keep Driving, Harry Styles.
Scott.
Acid Eyes, Paolo Nutini.
I have no idea.
I'm going to go One Life, James Bay. Next question.
That's it. Yeah, cut. That's it.
Time out. What instrument do you wish you could play?
Saxophone.
Trumpet.
Piano. Because I can't play piano for shit.
Saxophone's a good one.
I've got a saxophone.
It's either saxophone or trumpet for me.
It's literally in there.
I bought it when we went into lockdown. I said, should I buy a saxophone? You were like, yeah, go on. And I went, I just did.
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
It's really, really hard.
You'll get there. Well,
we'll do a duet.
That'll be mid. Then,
in the middle of saxophones, and he gets a trumpet. Have a great brass section.
That'd be great.
We'll just do a solo, you acoustic and us brass section.
What album do you wish you'd written and recorded?
Tapestry.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen.
Wildflowers, Tom Petty.
Nice.
I think
that is a shout.
What's the scariest thing about going into the music industry?
Oh, this could be a bit deep. Might have to start over there.
Oh,
I'm going to say not knowing anyone.
That's mine actually. I think going in blind, kind of.
The more people you know in the industry, the easier it becomes.
I said the scariest thing is like getting the big gig and then messing up, and then your career's kind of over.
That's true.
I don't know. What about you, Jack?
I said mine would probably be like you say, it's all about who you know. At the beginning you know nobody.
I am probably the same.
Well, then with these two, I think this hasn't really been music related, which was the first one I found. If this sounds shite,
they're all music related apart from the first one.
Yeah,
that's true.
If this sounds terrible, you can cut this section. Where would you never dance?
Ooh,
I can answer that one.
Go on then.
Anywhere.
All right, fair enough.
Do you know the funeral?
I was thinking
that was mine as well. Actually, yeah.
Although we've seen people dance at a funeral,
yes,
I was played at.
Favorite pizza topping?
Chorizo.
Anything meaty.
I say.
Garlic paste.
Face.
That's what it's called. The Domino's website.
Garlic paste.
You have a normal margarita, and then I put some garlic paste on it. It's just cheesy garlic bread.
I refuse to believe it's paste.
It is paste. Well,
garlic butter probably.
Garlic butter.
Used the other garlic paste.
Anyway, there you go.
I think that should be the title of this episode. Garlic paste. Mine would probably be chorizo after we had it that time.
Avocado, spinach.
Favorite chocolate bar?
Oh, Milky Stars.
Milky Stars?
Magic Stars.
Magic Stars.
Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
That's mine actually.
Boost.
Okay, fair enough.
There's always one, isn't there?
It's either that or just a standard Dairy Milk.
I think dairy milk is where it's at. Like for me,
it's just the best chocolate ever.
It is.
I agree.
It's always magic.
I may have
Magic
had.
stars.
I may have had a bar of that last night. Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Night owl.
Oh, I'm a bit of both.
Yeah, I'm same as you.
I'm a bit of both. I like getting up early, but I also don't mind staying up late.
Last night I was really hooked on my TV show, so I didn't get to bed till 3.
See, that just never happens to me.
Yeah, I couldn't put it down. It was
Only
so good.
3.
I would like to be able to do both and just have like 2 hours sleep.
That would be great. If I could do it. If I
Just
could
get
run
up
on
really
very
early.
little sleep, that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Favorite song of all time?
Loving You, Paolo Nutini.
You can't do this.
I think it's easier to have one than like 3. You know,
Favorite song of all time?
it can change from day to day. But if right now, favorite song of all time?
Yesterday.
Okay,
Mandolin Rain, Bruce Hornsby.
all right. Mine would probably be "Careless Whisper" by George Michael.
Really?
No.
I mean, there's a wicked track.
Mine would be "Back That Ass Up" by Juvenile. No, it wouldn't be. Actually, I don't know what mine would be. Mine would probably be.
What's that American Girl?
Yeah, American Girl's up there. I'm going to go American Girl. That's probably my favourite song.
No, you won't.
Favourite sport?
Badminton.
Formula 1.
Football.
Basketball. But overall, I don't like doing the sport. I can't do basketball because I'm 5'6". So, best chat up line.
I like
I haven't got one for this. I just thought it'd be funny to ask.
was it are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Oh,
That's a good one. Yes, round of applause.
very good. I like that.
I think we should leave it at that.
Are you a parking ticket? Because you got fan written all over you.
Well done. Very
That
good.
is good.
That was a good one.
That sounds very Family Guy. Is it Family Guy?
I don't know.
You must be tired because you've been running around my head all night.
Oh dear.
I've literally not got one.
No,
I
fair
can't
enough.
think of one.
Biggest pet peeve. Or we can change this biggest ick. Because that's how the young people talk, you see.
Oh my god, I've just been sick.
Don't know what's mine.
I don't know. I don't really get the ick. So I'd pet peeve wise.
It's just a pet peeve.
I've had the ick.
And I know you have.
Or him.
My biggest pet peeve would be, in all seriousness, entitled people. That would be my biggest pet peeve. I know it's quite a serious answer, but
My pet peeve is, in general, being late.
punctuality.
Punctuality is a good one.
I get really stressed out.
It's always better getting there early than it is being late.
Yes.
What colour is your toothbrush?
Pink?
Blue.
Black?
Green. I don't know why that's a question. Favourite city?
Stockholm.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Mine's Liverpool as well. Actually, no. It recently changed. Cardiff.
All right.
The Cardiff's nice.
Favourite holiday destination?
I've not been that many places.
I'd say London.
As you can I enjoy a cruise.
The sea is your answer.
I enjoy a cruise
The
trip.
sea.
The sea.
Mine would
Be
be
on
Australia.
a boat.
This one's for you, Soph. Do you own plants?
Oh, loads of them.
I do.
Thousands of plants.
This might not be very good in audio, but do you have a party trick?
I do, but I can't remember. Oh, I can spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's my party trick.
Here we go.
Go on.
Do you actually want to hear it?
Yeah, we got it.
it now.
It's SUPERCALIFRAGILISTICEXPIALIDOCIOUS.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Nice.
I can't think of a better way to end the podcast, to be honest. It's not going to get any better than that, so you might as well turn off, to be honest. Thank you very much for listening to the Lime Tree Sessions podcast with me, Jack Milcreast.
Linda Filskirk.
Scott Charlton.
Sophie Purvis.
This has been absolutely delightful. Thank you very much for joining us, Soph. It's been a bit last minute, but it's been a funny one for sure. We'll be back in your ears next week on Spotify and YouTube, and hopefully Apple Podcast at some point if it stops being a little bitch. So we'll leave you with that. And
We'll never get on now.
I know they're definitely not going to have one now.
No, they're not going to listen. They're going to listen to that bit and go, he's not.